welcome to ABC Interactive English. Hello everyone, I'm Mike.
And I'm Sam.
And we are back. It's part C, day 3 of our look at school activities. Luckily, since it's September and everyone is getting back into school, welcome back from the summer holidays. We're talking about fun things at school, right?
Yes.
Gym class, music club, and now it is everyone's favorite class every single day, lunch.
Yes.
I got an A in lunch.
I think it'd be hard not to.
I was perfect in lunch. I passed all the tests and exams. It was my favorite. No, it was okay. So our part C has the title, In the School Cafeteria. Ooh, this is kind of cool. We didn't have a cafeteria at my school. They just made lunch and we would sit down and they would give it to us and we had no choice. But in a cafeteria, you do have choice. Did your school have a cafeteria or more of a lunchroom, dining room type restaurant style?
I was trying to remember, and now that I think about it, all of my grade school, middle school, and high school, grade school, we went and got our lunch and ate at our desk.
Ooh, in the class?
Yeah, in our classrooms. Okay. And then middle school, they set
high
up...
school? Yeah, middle school, yeah.
Yeah, they set it up in one of the gyms. Oh. They just put all the lunch tables there.
Okay.
And then high school, they set a bunch of tables in kind of our just common area that you would hang out before school and after school. And actually, that area was kind of small and our school's so big that we had 2 lunch periods. Oh. So you were either in the earlier lunch period or the later lunch period, and that was always like, you had to check with your friends, are you in the same lunch period?
And,
okay. Yeah, so no, we didn't have a cafeteria.
Did you bring your own food or did they make food that you could then buy with money?
There was an area where they did cook that part of the kind of cafeteria, I guess, but in just like a regular area. And you could do both. You could bring your own food or you could buy there.
Okay, so many schools, depending on the size and where they are, what country you're in, they have different ways of serving lunch and food to the students. And the cafeteria is one that's very common and especially common in big schools or other big places. We're going to find out all about that and that word right after we go through the dialogue. So let's check that out and we'll be back for lunch. Rick sees an empty chair at Brooke's table.
Hi, may I sit here? All the other chairs are full.
Sure. Hey, I know you. You are the new boy in my English class.
That is right. I am Rick. And you are?
Okay, yes, part C, the final day of our look at some common school situations. We are in the cafeteria because you might not have math every day. You might not have English every day. Yay! But you will have lunch every day. Probably, and many times it will be in a cafeteria. Now, a cafeteria is kind of like a restaurant or an eating place, but not really in a restaurant, often in a school, or maybe in a university, or maybe in a hospital, in a place where they have lots of hungry people and they need to feed them very quickly, but they also need to give them choices. So cafeterias will often be buffet style. You pick up a tray, you walk down a line, there's a lot of different food there. You pick out what you want, you pay for it at the end, and then you walk over and you find a big table and a chair to sit in. You might sit with your friends, you might sit alone, you might enjoy the food because it's very tasty, or, oh, the food is not good. But a cafeteria is a simple lunch-style restaurant for serving many people at the same time. And of course, even though we have that word cafe in there, this is not a coffee shop. This is not like a French cafe. This is just a big restaurant in a big place to serve big numbers of people. Who's eating?
Well, we have Rick and Brooke.
Okay.
And it says Rick sees an empty chair at Brooke's table. And we had this word empty, and empty is an adjective, and it just means that the thing doesn't have anything in it or isn't being used. So in our case, we're talking about an empty chair. So for the chair to be kind of the opposite of empty, it would have a person sitting there. If there's no person sitting there, then it is empty. If you have a glass and you haven't put any liquid in it yet, it's an empty glass. And then you fill it up and now it's a full glass. You could have an empty save file on your computer. You have just bought a game and you just put it in and there's nothing saved. So that is empty. So you can use this word to cover something that hasn't been put to use yet. So whatever it is, it's not in use. It doesn't have anything filled up. It is empty. It is open. You can use that for yourself.
An empty chair in a restaurant means you can sit there, or if you're on the bus or the MRT and it's late in the day and you want to, oh, look, an empty chair, an empty seat. I can use that one. And that's kind of the situation Rick is in. Imagine he's got his tray, he's got all of his wonderful food there. He's really, really hungry, but oh wow, the cafeteria has so many people in it. He doesn't know those people, and those people are all having a big talk together. But oh look, there's a girl and an empty chair next to her. Maybe I can go over there and use that. And that's what he's doing. And he begins this conversation in a very polite way. He would walk up to the table where the girl is sitting and he says, hi, he says first, which is good. Hi, hello. May I sit here? Can I sit here? Is it okay? And then he kind of explains why he'd like to or needs to sit there. All the other chairs are full. Looking around the cafeteria, it's 12:30, everyone is eating, and all the other chairs and all the other tables are full. Now, full would be the opposite of empty. If someone is sitting in that chair or seat, it is full. You cannot use it. If you fill your glass up with milk or juice or water, the glass is full, and only when you drink it all down will it be empty. So empty, 0% in the thing, full, 100% in the thing, and no space for anything else. But in this case, the chair is empty. All the other chairs are full, and so Rick is hoping that he can sit there even though he doesn't really know this girl. Let's go over to Tina and find out what she has to tell us about all of this.
Hello, I'm Tina. 我们来看一下刚刚对话里提到的单字跟文法重点。首先来看看单字的部分。Cafeteria, cafeteria 名词，学校自助餐厅。The students eat lunch in the cafeteria. 学生们在学校自助餐厅吃午餐。Empty, empty 形容词，空的、无人的。The classroom is empty after school. 放学后教室是空的。Full, full 形容词，满的，可以用 A is full of B 来表达 A 充满 B。The library is full of students at noon. 中午时，图书馆挤满学生。我们再来看一下文法重点。刚刚对话提到了 May I 加动词，我可以做某事吗？这是一个提出请求的礼貌问法。May 是助动词，之后要接原形动词。我们来看看这个例句。May I use your pen? 我可以用你的笔吗？ The other 加名词，限定范围中其他的什么。Other 指其他的。加上 the 表示特定范围。我们来看看这个例句。Tom is late, but all the other students are here. Tom 迟到了，但所有其他学生都在。接着我们回到课文当中。
Okay, so we are back and we have Brooke, and
Yes.
she has just been asked by Rick, hey, can I
so
sit
hungry.
there? I know, and he just wants to sit down and
sit down
eat.
and eat my lunch.
Yes, so luckily Brooke says, sure, you can sit there. No one's sitting there. Go ahead, take that seat. And then she says, hey, I know you. You are the new boy in my English class. Yes, so she knows she doesn't not maybe friends with him yet or anything like that, but she remembers that she saw him and he's the new boy in her class.
Oh, okay, so this is a way to make friends. You recognize someone and you have something in common. You're in the same class. That's a nice way to get to know that person. And Rick says, that is right. You are right. That is correct. I am the new boy, and I think I am in your English class. So that is right. You are correct. I am Rick, he says, and you are... But there's a question mark, so he might say, and you are, because he's looking for an answer. It's kind of opening the door and saying, please tell me your name. And you are? And now we're going to go to the second part of the dialogue, and we'll be right back. So we'll find out who she is now.
I am Brooke. How do you like your new school?
It is very big, and the teachers are pretty nice.
Yeah. So, what do you like to do for fun?
I like to read and make YouTube videos.
Really? I make them too. They're so much fun.
So there's Hungry Rick. He's got his tray of food. There's an empty seat there. He wants to use it, but there's a girl. But the girl knows him. She knows him from English class. And so he introduced himself. I am Rick. And you are? So he's waiting. We're waiting. Everyone's waiting to find out who this nice girl is. Who's the nice girl?
Well, she says, I am Brooke.
She is Brooke.
Oh, good. We know who she is. And now they've been introduced, which is great. And so she says, I am Brooke. How do you like your new school? Because again, he's a new student in her English class. So she just, I guess, has figured out, or maybe they have said that he is just new to the whole school, not just new to the English class. So she's being friendly and saying, it's new, everything's new. How do you like it?
Yeah, are you enjoying your first day or something? And he says, it is very big. And the teachers are pretty nice. Okay, so generally, I think he likes the school. He might be having some trouble finding his way around. It's very big. It's a big school. Often high schools can be much bigger than junior high or elementary schools, something like that. And he says the teachers are pretty nice. So he's had a few classes in the morning. He's met a few of the teachers, and he says they are pretty nice. That doesn't mean all his teenagers are models and they're very pretty, they're very beautiful. No, when we use pretty in this way, we mean mostly, kind of. Not a lot, but not a little, but yeah, generally kind of nice. They're 70% nice or something like that. So, if you buy a new watch and someone says, ooh, nice watch, did it cost you a lot? It was pretty expensive, so it cost, more money than you might expect, but it wasn't gold, it's not diamonds, it's not $1 million watch, but it wasn't cheap. Or if it's a pretty nice day outside, maybe the weather's good, there's a few clouds, it's a little cool, it's a little hot, but it's certainly not a bad weather day. It's certainly not ugly weather outside. It's pretty nice. Anyways, so let's go back to the dialogue with Tina.
我们来看一下刚刚对话里提到的单字 pretty 副词非常相当 Amanda is pretty happy today. Amanda 今天非常开心。文法的部分刚刚提到了 How do you like 加名词，你觉得什么如何？这是一个询问对方想法或意见的常见用法。我们来看看这个例句 How do you like the new book? 你觉得这本新书怎么样？接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, we are back in the cafeteria, and Rick just told his new friend, I think they're becoming friends, his new friend or his new classmate, that the school is very big and he finds the teachers to be pretty nice. They seem nice so far.
Yes, and so then Brooke says, yeah, so what do you like to do for fun? So yes, in the beginning she's saying yeah, agreeing with the fact that the school is big and the teachers seem pretty nice and all of that. And now moving on to the next bit of the conversation, what do you like to do for fun? So we have this word fun being used here saying do something for fun. And when you use it in this way, you're saying something that you are doing that is enjoyable, that you like to do, that you feel is fun. So we also use it kind of in both ways in this situation. If you do something for fun, you are doing it because you feel it is fun. It is enjoyable. It makes you happy. You like that thing. So she's asking, what sort of things do you enjoy doing? What do you like to do for fun?
This would be hobbies and pastimes, things you do on the weekend, not things you have to do, like homework and studying and cleaning your room. I mean, no one says, I like to clean my room for fun. No, you might like to watch TV or go out with your friends or play sports. You know, the things you do when you don't have to do other things. Hobbies, pastimes. So what does Rick like to do for fun? He says, I like to read and make YouTube videos. Okay, two very interesting hobbies or pastimes there. He's reading. When he says read, I don't think he's reading homework for school. He's reading fun things, Harry Potter, manga, whatever he likes to read when he's not studying. And he also likes to make YouTube videos. We don't know if he's an influencer. Maybe he makes videos about books that he reads, but that's the kind of thing he likes to do in his free time. Making YouTube videos.
Yes, and a video is just something that you have recorded that you can go back and watch later. So there are many kinds of videos. You have videos on your phone that you've just recorded. Maybe you're got kind of an older school type of camcorder. It's really big, or a very expensive one that you're filming a movie or something like that. But those would all turn into videos or film or things like that that you can watch on a screen later. So you might have them stored on your phone, put them on the computer. They might be on discs that you watch on TV, but those would all be considered videos.
And of course, these would be moving pictures, not just photographs like that. So yeah, things you put on YouTube, for example. Let's go to Tina. She is all over YouTube, I think.
我们来看一下刚刚对话里提到的单字 fun 名词娱乐乐趣 Anita had fun playing games. Anita 玩游戏很开心。Video 名词影片。The students are watching a funny video. 学生正在观看一个有趣的影片。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, we are back. So we're finding out that Rick and Brooke like a few different things, but maybe the things they like aren't so different, and maybe that is a good way to begin a friendship. Let's get back to Brooke. Rick just told her that he likes to read and make YouTube videos. What about Brooke? What does she like to do in her free time?
Well, she says, really? Meaning, oh, do you really like to do that? Is that something that you like to do?
Really?
But also kind of used as kind of like surprise, like, oh, really? Wow. And she says, I make them too, meaning YouTube videos. They are so much fun. So she's found out that they both like to make YouTube videos. So that's a kind of a nice way to find and make a friend. It's like, hey, you like that? So do I.
There you go. They have common or shared interests. It's the beginning of a beautiful friendship, I am sure. Now it's time, though, for us to review the dialogue, and then we will be back next time. Until then, all the best and bye-bye. Rick sees an empty chair at Brooke's table.
Hi, may I sit here? All the other chairs are full.
Sure. Hey, I know you. You are the new boy in my English class.
That is right. I am Rick. And you are?
I am Brooke. How do you like your new school?
It is very big. And the teachers are pretty nice.
Yeah. So, what do you like to do for fun?
I like to read and make YouTube videos.
Really? I make them too. They're so much fun.
来复习一下这一课的重点单字跟文法。单字的部分 ，cafeteria 名词，学校自助餐厅 ；empty 形容词，空的、无人的 ；full 形容词，满的 ；pretty 副词，非常、相当 ；fun 名词，娱乐、乐趣 ；video 名词，影片。接着我们来看文法的部分。May I 加动词，我可以做某事吗 ？May I go to the restroom？ 我可以去上厕所吗 ？The other 加上名词，限定范围中其他的。Sue is sick, but all the other workers are fine. Sue 生病了，但所有其他的员工都没事。How do you like 加名词，你觉得什么如何 ？How do you like this place？ 你觉得这个地方怎么样？以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，那我们下一次再见喽，拜拜。
Shane, did you hear? Sarah just got appointed as CEO.
What? Are you serious? Wow. I guess that means she's going to be the top dog around here now.
Top dog? Are you sure you want to call her a dog?
No, it's not an insult. I'm just saying that she's the one with the most power in the company.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, I guess she's our leader now. Considering she's been here for so long, it's not really surprising.
True. She's always performed well and she's kind of steadily worked her way up. I'm really curious how things are going to change under her leadership.
I don't know, maybe she's going to be a really good leader. Hello everyone, today's phrase is top dog.
Literally, it means the leader or most dominant dog in a pack.
That's right. But as shown in the skit, it actually refers to the most important or powerful person in a group.
It's often used to describe someone who holds the highest position in an organization.
For example, you might say, after years of hard work, he finally became the top dog at his company.
Or she's top dog at the firm, always making the key decisions.
And the term isn't limited to business settings. You can also use it to describe someone who excels in other areas such as sports, academics, or politics.
That's right. Being top dog comes with a lot of responsibility, but it's also a major achievement.
Absolutely. And that's all for today.
See you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.